It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Tsh, da, 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 da. Di, da, di, di, da, di, di, da, 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 da. Di, da, di, li, da, di, li, di, da. Di, da, di, li, di, da, di, li, 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 da, di, di, da, di, di, da, di, di, da.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reading Spongecry.avi. I got a suggestion to do this a while back. I have not read this, but it's on the Troll Pasta wiki, so it's gotta be pretty good. I don't know anything about this, so let's just go. Remember those old Spongebob episodes you used to watch in 1999 from season 1? Okay, well this is already starting off exactly like Suicide Mouse, so we're off to a great start here. Well, recently, a secret episode has been discovered from that time period. Yeah, this is Suicide Mouse. This is Suicide Mouse, but with SpongeBob. The other day, I was searching through my computer when I came across a notepad document deep within System 32. See, there's your problem. You gotta delete System 32, it'll actually make your computer run a lot faster. Having no idea how it got there, I scanned it for viruses. It had one Trojan in it. I deleted it and wait, you deleted it and opened it up? Oh, you deleted it and then opened the notepad. Okay, you should clarify that better. All that was printed was one website link followed by the following gibberish. Aclads4F. Having not a single clue what it meant, I continued by putting the site link, which I won't tell you in case anyone out there is fucking stupid enough to try it. Okay. Alright, we're off to a spectacular start here. Into my web browser. The real horror is that he was using Internet Explorer. Ooh. It took me to a site, shocker, where there was a black background and a huge button. It had the same text on it that was in the notepad document. I clicked it and it brought up a download link. The file wanted to be downloaded. What? The file wanted to be downloaded was called Spongecry.avi. Oh, here we fucking go. Oh, this is really bad so far. As crazy as I am, there's a 10th swap. I went ahead and downloaded it. Big mistake. What was that one in? What was big mistake in? Oh, that was in condemned iPod. It was something like that. The second the download finished, which was 4.6 megabytes. Who cares? Who cares how fucking big the file was? My computer made the weirdest sound ever and turned off. I'm not gonna describe it or anything. It was just the weirdest sound ever. Imagine it yourself, fucko. As I tried to reboot it, nothing happened. The file must have destroyed my computer. Okay. As upset as I was, I realized I was on my old PC. I hopped over on my Mac and re-downloaded it. Oh my god. There's the horror, he's using a fucking Mac computer. This time, there was no problem. What was downloaded was the single AVI file. I played it. The movie clip was 6 minutes and 4 seconds long. It started out as any SpongeBob episode would, except the color was distorted, and when he got to playing the flute with his nose. This is a line in a horror story. Oh my god. It immediately went to the title screen. Isn't that what it normally does? Isn't that what it normally does? I don't fucking know. All that was on the title screen was the following words. SpongeBob cry, only there wasn't any jaunty music like there usually was. This is basically Squidward suicide all over again. Someone was just like, oh, I'm gonna write Squidward suicide, but about like SpongeBob, and he's crying. It lasted about 2.5 seconds. Now we got fucking Sonic.exe stopwatch bullshit. Like I was counting the entire time. It didn't show who the writers and directors were. I just assumed that whoever put it online had edited it for time or something. The episode started out inside SpongeBob's house. It showed SpongeBob sitting in his red chair, watching porn. No, that's not right. The strange thing was, all of the other furniture was gone. SpongeBob was crying very hard, but it didn't sound anything like it does when SpongeBob normally cries. It sounded like a real human cry. Okay, it's got that up on Squidward's suicide so far. I mean, you know, just imagining Squidward going was just the second funniest part of Squidward's suicide behind the whole hands, tentacles thing. But it was still different. It sounded so real and intense. SpongeBob was absolutely bawling. Now you've gone and made it funny again. He was ripping chunks out of the chair. Then the camera zoomed really close in on his face. But it is the kind of zoom as if it was being videotaped by a real person? What? That doesn't make any sense. Then the camera zoomed out to show a rotting corpse of Gary lying on the floor in front of him. It was very disturbing. I'm glad I know how to feel about that. Oh, thank God, there's only 3 paragraphs left. Gary was absolutely mauled to death. His eyes were laying on the floor. It's Squidward's suicide. This is Squidward's suicide again. His eyes were laying on the floor, his shell was cracked to reveal a very gross image of the inside of Gary, which looked a whole lot more like what would have really happened in the episode where Gary loses his shell. What? The camera was moving around like crazy. SpongeBob suddenly got out of his chair and ran. Ran straight forward. You could have just said, and ran straight forward. You didn't have to put in Then the episode stops moving for about 1 second. Then it goes to black for 2 seconds. Then it comes back with SpongeBob's face pressed against the camera, with his mouth exploded open and eyes black, deafeningly loud scream. That's the take I'm going with, okay? I jolt up and turn my volume down. These fucking tense swaps. It's exactly Squidward's suicide, it's just shorter and about SpongeBob. And then the camera starts moving around like insanity. You can't even tell what is going on. It was worse than anything Pokemon could ever put on. What? There's a link here. Why is it? Okay, hang on, what is this link to? It's a link to the Pokemon Wiki that is the page describing the Pokemon Wiki. I can't make this shit up. I can't do it. I wish I could make this shit up. What does that have to do with anything? That doesn't make any sense. The clip then goes to black for 1 minute and 38 seconds. It comes back inside the Krusty Krab, dead silent. All of a sudden, the same face that was pressed against the camera appeared, but this time the scream was literally deafeningly loud. Oh, it was literally. So you're deaf now. I mean, he put literally in all caps, so you gotta figure that's what's going on here. But it only lasted for about 1/4 of a second. This fucking guy's stopwatch is just on point today. Then for the rest of the movie, it goes back to SpongeBob crying in the chair, but after every 10 seconds, SpongeBob gets just a little bit more decayed, and the sound gets a little more distorted. By the end, all there is left is static and screaming. Then you can see SpongeBob running again in the background of the static. Did I read that sentence right? Is that really what we're closing the video on? Then you can see SpongeBob running again in the background of the static. But for the last 4 seconds, there is text on the screen that reads, "Untied action will be badly. One-timed action will be badly." Exactly that, as if it was written by a preschooler. You are setting yourself up for a joke there. You are setting yourself up for that one. I'm not going to go for it because I'm going to try to be the bigger person here, but I'm just letting you know, when you wrote that down, you were setting yourself up for that joke. After the clip finished, my computer shut down. After seeing this video, I have never been the same. I've been angrier, crueler, and more anxious than ever before. It has haunted my mind all the time. I regret downloading the video in the first place. I wish I could just go back in time. Aklads Gujau 4F. And that's it. That's the end of the story. What even just happened? What the fuck did I just read? What was that? Guys, did that make sense to any of you? Did anything even just happen? That was nothing. Who wrote this? Why? Like, the author credits just leads to his like Roblox page. This is like one of the shorter pastas I've read on this show, and the first comment on his Roblox page is fucking too long, didn't read version, please. And this Roblox poster in 2008 says, Suicide Mouse Spongebobified. These people are talking about how long it is. It's not long. And they're talking about how much it's not very scary, and they're still giving it like 6 out of 10. Wow, this was really bad. This was really bad. I don't know who recommended this to me, but fuck you. This was nothing. And what is this? What is this picture? Like the title picture. What does this have to do with anything? Was this like the more decayed thing? Why didn't he describe it like that? Why didn't he use any descriptive terms whatsoever? Things just happened. And then they stopped happening. But nothing actually happened. This was fucking stupid. Alright, I'm done with this episode. If you have a story that you'd like to hear me read, go ahead and leave it in the comments section. Just make sure that something actually happens in it.